Good. What?
Oh, sorry. I didn't
You interrupted my good morning.
First one.
Good morning. Good morning.
You did it wrong.
I did not. Well, I did only because you interrupted me.
Okay.
How am I supposed to do it?
You can't let everybody else determine if you do things right or not.
I don't understand. Good freaking morning.
The way you
Face
typically do good morning, you say good morning as you're walking over, you set down your stuff, you do all your adjustments, and then you say good morning.
No, I say it twice.
I know you say it twice, but they're usually
But back to
spread
back,
out a
nope.
little bit. They're a little bit more spread out.
I'll bet you $1.
Do we? Well,
Why are you talking with just your cup hanging out in the frame?
I don't know.
Gordon, good morning. What? You were going to say something, and then I disrupted your thought process by you having to take a step to your right, and you forgot everything.
It's funny how that happens.
Yes. Go ahead, let me do this.
Crap.
Not that I've ever done that.
I'm one of those people who can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
Yeah. I don't even know if you can walk.
How rude. I mean, I guess it's valid. I'm pretty clumsy.
All right. Is this our first one in June? I think it is. Today's the 5th.
I don't even know what day it is.
It's Tuesday.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I say, well, I know it's not Tuesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. Yes, he derailed my train of thought.
Yeah, today's Wednesday. And I think it is our first one for the month. We've had a weird week this week, which is, I mean, it's been busy, but not busy. It's just we've had stuff going on in the mornings. I don't know what did we have going on Monday? Oh, we had class. Anyway, we're here today for your enjoyment of
Something like that.
all of you that are out there right now.
All of you.
All of you. One person. Gordon.
The thing we have to remember is they can watch it later.
Yep, I know.
I was looking at our YouTube channel yesterday and seeing the views and stuff like that, and we need more views.
Yeah. You guys got to go on YouTube and watch the stuff.
Hold on. What do they say what do the YouTubers say? Like and
smash
the like button.
the like button.
Why do they all say the same thing? Like, be original. They all say the same thing.
Boop the like button. Boop it.
Got it. That's
going to be the new thing.
Boop the like button.
Just,
Vinny will be so proud. Boop the like button.
but you got to say it with some.
Boop the
There
like
you go.
button. Dumb. Anyway,
Oh,
what are we
man.
What are we talking about today?
I'm going to talk about how awesome my morning was because I got to go to jiu-jitsu and get punched in the face. Which I actually got punched in the face this morning, so that's great.
I mean, that does sound kind of
I got Curly Joe poked in the eyeball, but it's all good. It was a good morning.
Don't you live for that? Don't you love the Stooges?
Yes, I do love the Stooges. Gosh dang it, the Stooges are so awesome.
My dad
I
was
wonder
Stooges.
how many people watch us that have never seen Three Stooges. I bet a lot, unfortunately.
I mean, I have
What do you
seen
think,
it,
Gordon?
but
Are you a Stooges fan? I love the Stooges. Stooges are.
my dad used to watch it all the time.
Dude, I would watch those all the time. Way back when Channel 11 would do a Three Stooges marathon. I don't even know what it was, like 72 hours of Three Stooges or something. And I'm sure there's probably a couple of them I haven't seen, but I would record them. Like as I started getting sleepy, with old VHS tape, put it and record, put it on like 6-hour record, and I'd be sitting on the couch trying to watch them all night because I was, 14 years old and thought I should stay up all night to watch Three Stooges. It was awesome.
I did that with Cheers. I had one of those TVs that
Yeah.
with oh no. Damn.
Woo! All right. This is great.
On that note,
Kelsey.
hi
Good
Kelsey.
Kent, good morning. Kelsey, have you ever watched the Stooges? I'm curious. I bet the answer is no.
I bet she has.
I can hear. I can't even say the words that she would say right now when I ask that question. I could hear her voice in my head, and my better side of my brain said, "Don't say it."
Don't say it.
Kent, good morning.
Danger.
I think maybe I already said that. I don't know. So anyway.
Oh, that's funny. I thought that was Kelsey. I just saw the K and assumed it was Kelsey. But I was like, redundant Good Morning. I liked it, but I saw Kent.
Oh, I was like,
name.
that is Kelsey.
See? This is... Anyway, okay. So let's get into our topic before we make everybody run away from us.
What are we talking about?
Personal defense tools. Pros and cons. There's a lot of them out there.
Gun's good.
Gun's good.
Pepper spray good.
Taser's bad.
Taser's bad. Or not even taser, because taser's not something...
Stun gun bad.
Yeah, stun gun. It is just...
You know, I was thinking about this because we were talking about the stun guns recently. I don't remember who we were talking to, but we were starting to have a conversation. Maybe it was the initial armament guy. And we were talking about stun guns, and you were talking about how I bring one out to the women's awareness class every once in a while and push the button. And you push the button on those things, they have a little arc of electricity that makes a lot of noise and is quite attention grabbing for sure. And it got me thinking because it hurts. It's not. But the problem is with something like that is you're relying on pain tolerance, and adrenaline and drugs take away pain tolerance. So there's that, and there's no continual effects that could allow you to get to safety. So like it would be great is if you could deploy a stun gun, zap them, and then they're just like twitching on the ground for 30 seconds while you escape. But as soon as you release the tool, then they have full control of their
whether you
nerves
release
again.
it or they pull their arm away or their leg away or move away.
Yeah.
Right?
Boop. Oh, gone.
Why's it got to be a boop?
Oh. I mean...
So, yeah, it's really more... Here's where I see it being an effective thing, is somebody being an annoyance, like, don't do this to your little brother, but your annoying little brother, that's just like, hey, come here, do that, hey, and you just, nah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That will, it's no different than pinching somebody. That's what I feel.
It's a big pinch.
Yeah.
It's a big pinch. And
I've probably been pinched more where it hurts than...
So...
Gordon, I don't even know what that thing is.
Right, stop. Cold steel sandbox. Okay, so stun guns or tasers, obviously there are the situations where people lose control of their nerves, their nervous system, because it's shocking you. I've never been fully tased before, so have you? Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's a difference between tasers and stun guns.
Sure.
The taser does, have two projectiles, and you got to get both of them to attach, and then the current circulates through both of those, so it just runs through your body continually. After it leaves the gun, does it still continue to apply? No, they have to pull the trigger, right? Because it's still attached.
As long as the nodes are attached to you.
So let's clarify something what I'm talking about. So stun guns and tasers, different. Typically what you see police officers carrying are tasers, which deploy two little darts.
They can be used like a stun gun.
Yeah.
Where they can make contact and...
Oh, okay, I got you. But they're super expensive, require a lot of maintenance, and most general public people are not going to choose that as an option. So they're going to choose a little stun gun, which is just a little handheld device that has an arc going across from one point to another. And, I mean, it's electricity, so if you touch those nodes to someone, then they're going to feel that jolt. So with the taser and your ability to continually apply electricity, you still want to run away. You're still trying to get away. So as soon as you stop applying that, then... they have control of themselves.
Yeah, if you hit somebody good and they lock up and fall down, run away. That would be good, right?
Absolutely.
You took them out of the fight for the moment, and now you run away. But like you said, nobody's going to carry a taser.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say nobody, but the vast majority of people are not.
Right. Okay. So tasers, stun guns.
Yeah, I would put them in a meh category for me.
And I think it's not to say that any one of these tools, and we haven't gotten through all of them yet, so I might be biting my tongue, but it's not to say that all these tools are bad.
Yeah.
But they have a certain placement on a priority list. So if you're going to carry a tool, which one is better? You know, so like you're comparing a taser or a stun gun to pepper spray or a gun or this or that. Now, comparing a less lethal tool to a lethal tool is something to consider because, you know, the more options that you have, it's more decision making you have to do. But it would be nice to, as John Correa says from Active Self-Protection, have something for between a harsh word and a gunfight, and something like a pepper spray or a less lethal tool like a taser or a stun gun would satisfy that. So, go. Say it.
So this is a quandary, right? And I carry pepper spray a lot. I won't say all the time, but the vast majority of the time. I think I have it on me. Yeah, I have it on me right now.
Yep, me too.
It, legally speaking, it has the potential to add complication. So if you were to use lethal force, and you had another means of force escalation that you didn't use, and I'm not saying this is right. I'm saying this is stuff that can and does happen. Well, it could be argued that, okay, so you were getting attacked, and even though you had pepper spray in your pocket, you decided not to use that and decided to use your gun. Well, I feared for my life. I was on the verge of being knocked out. He was, you know, uttering these words and was foaming at the mouth, and his eyes turned sideways. Whatever it is, you were certain that he was or she was after your life, and you drew your firearm and used it. Well, they have the potential of arguing the fact that you could have just pepper sprayed him, and then when he curled up in a ball and started crying, you could have run away. So, that's a reality. It really is.
I'm hesitant to say this because I don't recall the source that I got it from. I do recall it being a pretty good source, but the cases that involved someone using pepper spray when they had a lethal tool on them, I'm not even going to say it because I don't remember it specifically. Never mind, I digress. But Kelsey, for those of you watching on YouTube later, you can't see the comments, but she says, stun guns are no bueno. I've used them on Dave several times, and they can be very ineffective. And then goes on to say, pepper spray can be a better choice, in my opinion. I've also pepper sprayed Dave. We have fun around here. So I have seen the video of her pepper spraying Dave, and I would not want to mess with Dave. No. So imagine any other person in this world. I mean, just it doesn't matter who you are, but like if you can withstand something like that and still fight through it, which I believe Dave could, that's terrifying. But the cool thing about pepper spray is there's a very small percentage of people who are that don't react to it. I imagine Dave's probably been sprayed a gajillion times, so he's got a tolerance to it.
There's a difference there. It's just like anything else. Like,
but bad guys get tolerances too.
Yeah, and that's not wrong.
Yeah.
That's not wrong. When somebody's been sprayed a few times and they know that it hurts and it bothers them, but they also know they're not out of the game.
Exactly.
Right? Because they've been there, they've done that. That's 100% accurate. And if somebody is just absolutely enraged, and I'm a pepper spray fan. I like pepper spray. If somebody's completely enraged, that they're not going to care. It is a moment in time to give you an opportunity to get away. That's what most tools are for.
The cool thing about pepper spray is if you are susceptible to it, is that it causes involuntary eye closure. So it's not only about the pain tolerance. Dave is LE, so he's been pepper sprayed a gajillion times, so I imagine that's where most of his tolerances come from. But the involuntary eye closure, and Kelsey, I might have to pick your brain about this later. Like, does he still experience the eye closure part? Because that's one of the biggest aspects of being able to escape. It's like, yeah, there's pain from the pepper spray. It's an immense amount of pain, but the eye closure, temporary blinding somebody, would be my preference as far as getting away. And it's a little, now pepper spray versus pepper gel. There's a couple different ways that pepper spray or pepper gel, pepper fluid can be applied. The carrier in which
Why is that such a weird word? Fluid? It sounds weird.
Is that your trigger word?
No, I don't think so, but it just, It's kind of weird sounding. Anyway, sorry. Sorry, did I cause an overthinking moment?
No, you caused a no thinking moment. I don't know where I'm at.
Pepper spray versus gel.
Oh, okay. So the carrier and how it disperses out into the air. There's pros and cons to that too. So there's pepper spray. Nick.
Fluid is the moist. For those of you that love that word, moist.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a good word. Mm-hmm. Moist.
You're gonna
moist.
Now all of our people are gonna
Moist.
tune off. Why do you do that? You're scaring away our peoples. Anyway, so the carrier. So the carrier in which the pepper spray is.
Went shoo right off the rails.
Pepper spray or pepper gel? What's a good thing to pepper spray?
It
Go.
hurts. I mean, what else do you want me to say?
So does pepper gel. Differences.
Oh.
Because I think you and I battle on this.
We do battle on this. I don't see an advantage on pepper spray versus gel. I just don't.
Okay.
I see disadvantages.
There's definitely disadvantages.
No.
There's disadvantages to pepper gel too.
What's that?
You have to. Well, the aiming process is a little bit more. It's not as.
Because
you have to be more accurate with it.
It's a thicker,
It's almost-
moist fluid. So when
we're talking about a shotgun.
What?
We're talking about you don't have to aim at shotgun.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
So it is a thicker fluid. So if you hit high or whatever, it takes a little bit longer to flow down into the eyeballs. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I could maybe give it that, but
What about respiratory effects?
It still affects your respiratory system.
Not as much.
Maybe not as quickly. I don't know. We need to do it. Let's go outside, and I'll pepper spray you with Saber Red first gel, and then we'll clean up, and you get like 2 or 3 minutes off, and then we'll do pepper spray, and then we'll
we
give you
have
another
Dave
2 or 3
come in.
minutes off, and then we'll give you some of the.
Kelsey,
ask.
ask Dave if he wants to come in and
Yeah.
be our test dummy.
That's what I'm here for. Good job, Nick. I'm understanding correctly that the gel is more sticky and hangs around more. Harder to It's great. Yes.
So-
it also, you have less chance of it being affected by the elements outside. Inside, certainly that's not an issue. You also have less chance of overspray contaminating yourself and others around you. But
Yes, that's a good point to the gel. Nick says he's being serious. Okay, I believe.
I
Yes.
believe you, yes.
Yeah, you're right. It's just can't be mature around here.
I know it's very difficult. Then he's not here either.
I know. You might go for it. Sweet. But one really good point that you brought up is the cross contamination to yourself or to other people, and that's definitely a benefit to the gel, for sure. One thing that's good about the spray versus the gel is the area of effect, to where you can maybe hit multiple tackers. Like the asp spray that we carry, the goal in using this one, okay, so it comes out this way, but it just deploys like what they call a curtain or a shield of spray. And so if you were running away, you'd spray it behind you, and it would basically have this little cloud of pepper spray that they would be running into. When we were practicing, it is kind of cool. I think that it definitely has good applicability, for sure. So much so that I'm carrying it pretty much. This is pretty much the only one that I carry now. I really think that this is a more intuitive way to aim.
Yeah, I do too at times. I think I talked about the time that it crossed my mind where I thought I might have to pepper spray somebody, and I had that one, and I was like, man, I don't know how I was sitting in my car, and it did seem more awkward then.
Yeah.
But I am a little curious and hesitant about the asp's effectiveness outside. If there's any sort of
wind or rain,
you know, if somebody's right on top of you and you use it, that's a different thing versus, you know, me pushing you away, trying to create a moment of space and deploying it and running away, which is one of the benefits of this one. But I don't know, we'll see.
Kelsey said she'd do it for the views. Awesome. That'd be fun.
Kelsey said she'd do it?
She said I'd do it for the views. She said she'll ask Dave. He might go for it. But she said she'd do it for the views.
Okay.
God dang. Have you ever been pepper sprayed,
Kelsey?
Have to. You probably got a little feedback when you sprayed Dave.
We would have to
she loves
bleep the video. It would be,
me and her.
It would be great.
Oh, that'd be great. Nick, gotta shout, money shot. David, stay tuned.
We're gonna do it.
We'll do it someday.
We'll do it.
We're actually about to go do the training again for the pepper spray.
I tell you what, I volunteer Vinny.
Okay.
He's
Wait,
not here.
We're not doing pepper spray.
No,
we're doing
baton.
Handcuffs. Anyway, flashlights. Yep. Stay tuned, workman. It'll come. Okay, so we talked about tasers, pepper spray.
What about these doodads?
Oh, knives. Pocket
knives.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, what's a pro to a pocket knife?
It's a deadly force tool.
Yes.
I mean that's what it is. Just to make sure we're clear about that, it's not in the same category as as pepper spray or taser or whatever. It can be highly effective. It can also not be. It can also pro. It can be highly effective. It can be. Wow, gosh, dang it! Let's just
start over. Hold on, just run off camera. You have to run though.
Made it.
Okay, come back. Okay.
Back. All right.
Start over.
It can be a highly effective tool. Okay. It can also be a highly ineffective tool if you don't know how to use it, or just really if you don't know how to use it.
I don't even think that. Even with training, I think that it still has a lot of limitations that most people don't consider. And I think that that's the stopping power of it, because the psychological stop of using force against another person, which is the biggest reason, the most often reason why people stop hurting you, is because of a psychological stop. And I think that the knife doesn't always accomplish that because it's quiet. It's a lot of times it's so sharp that the attacker wouldn't feel it, the adrenaline, the drugs, and all that stuff, and you're waiting on a timer, blood loss, and that can be really fast, or it can take some time.
Depending on where the strikes are with a blade, it can be extremely fast, or it can not, right? And so people say this all the time. Okay, let me just introduce another tool. Should I, or should we keep talking about this?
I don't know. Okay. Where your brain's going. Oh, your key. No.
People say this all the time. Like, I've got my keys. I got my keys in my hand. If they attack me,
you're gonna hurt yourself.
You're gonna scratch somebody. That's very superficial. Again, if that's your little brother and he's annoying you, and you dig this into his arm or you swipe it across, don't do that to your little brother. That's a pain thing that they weren't expecting, and it's really not a big deal. I hear people say that all the time. Well, I'll just put my keys in my hand, and if somebody gets me, I'll just attack.
I've done that before.
Who?
My sister's ex-husband. Now, this was when me and my sister were younger, and she had been dating this guy since she was in high school. So we were all essentially children. Me and my sister were fighting, like fighting, and we were at the top of our stairs. And her boyfriend at the time thought that I was going to push her down the stairs, and I was not. But he grabbed my shoulders and pinned me up against a wall and I had keys in my hand, and I freaking wailed on him in his face, and he had a couple little divots in his forehead. That's it. I was full on hitting him, and that's it. He didn't even stop because of that. So, and there was no, maybe he thought that this was a bigger ordeal. We look back and laugh at it now. So I know that we're talking about a serious conversation, but back then that situation wasn't that serious, but I was spicy with those keys. And he just had a couple little cuts on his forehead. That was it. Because he had my shoulders pinned, like I couldn't even really do much with it. So they're worthless, and you're going to hurt yourself more than anything.
It's a false sense of security. Gordon asked, "Would a knife be considered deadly force?" Yes, and yes. I definitely I said that this is it puts it in a different category than pepper spray or something. It is just a self-defense tool is what we're talking about.
Okay, I was going to ask, did you label it self-defense tools or non-lethal self-defense?
Yeah, no, I just said self-defense tools. But a knife is absolutely a lethal force tool for sure.
One time I had
Jim, good freaking morning.
I had a couple drinks, and we were gonna go do something, go to dinner. I don't know what it was. It was day drinking day, I guess. And I was, just doing my normal routine, like, oh, I'm gonna put my gun up. Nope, I've been drinking, so I didn't put my gun up. Like, okay, well, I'll just carry my knife. And I'm like, wait a second, that ain't gonna work either. So it was funny. That was like it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's just sometimes you don't think about it. It's like, oh, it's just a knife I'm gonna carry on me, and if you're carrying it because you can't carry a gun, you're not doing yourself any service. Like that's still a lethal tool. But okay, so we got pepper sprays, stun guns, tasers, knives,
keys.
What
about alarms?
Oh yeah, those alarms. I don't hate those.
I don't hate them either, really.
They draw attention.
Yeah.
And they're a different sound than what people normally would hear.
Freaking loud.
Yeah, they are.
And it could definitely be something that, you can't just shut it off. So it can be something that could scare the guy away, right? It's certainly not going to inflict any harm on them or hurt them or, pain or anything like that. But it could cause that moment of, oh crap, I can't get away with this. I need to leave, which is good, right? That's what you're trying to do, is to just get distance between you two. So I don't hate the alarms, especially for somebody that's just like, hey, I'm not into guns, I'm not into knives, I'm not into pepper. I don't want to do that. Like that's at least an option, and that can also be an option on top of other things as well.
I got a good one. Before you bring up that one, Kelsey will love this one. A dog, a protection dog. Some people are at a point it doesn't matter whether it's an age thing, a medical thing, I don't like tools thing, I want to outsource my violence kind of thing, but you can get a protection dog too. That's something you can absolutely spend money on, to have someone professionally train a dog for you, to where this dog goes with you some places. Obviously, you can't take a dog everywhere, so there's the downside to that. They're not inexpensive. For a good trained protection dog, there is a difference. Because if you have a trained protection dog and that dog attacks or hurts someone, that is your fault. Yeah. That's your property as far as the law is concerned. So you have to be in control of your dog. So a well-trained, and you have to be trained to manage the dog as well. But that is an option as well that some people don't consider. Not
just a dog. Because dogs have instincts, and everybody thinks, well, I've got this big badass dog and it's going to protect me, and it may not.
Yeah.
It may surprise you what happens when somebody starts kicking your butt. They might sit there and bark. Okay, that might draw some attention. They might attack. They might attack you.
Yep. Oh yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah. And a well-trained dog is not inexpensive. People tell me that all the time. Like, I don't even have to have a gun. I don't need to worry about a gun. I've got a 100-pound German Shepherd. Well, how old is your German Shepherd? Well, he's 12. Okay, and has he had any training? No. He sits sometimes when I tell him. Okay, no, that's not. Might that help? Sure. Might you get somebody that comes into your home that attacks you, that's scared of dogs, and when they see the dog, they run away? Sure.
Can't take your dog to Quick Trip.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I like it, but with a real tool.
Everything's got consequences. Yeah. Everything's a sacrifice, so you got to pick one that's right for you.
Kubotan's an interesting one.
I've never gotten into them. I don't prefer them, but I know that there's.
So I've done some training with them, And I'll tell you what, when I walked into that class, I was like, whatever.
It's not like pressure point
Whatever.
stuff?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, well, not kind of. That's what it is. And it can be a striking tool,
Okay.
right? So it can be. It's just a way of adding more pounds per square inch on a in an area, right? Similar to using a flashlight as a striking tool. So it can be used for that, but it can be used for the pressure point control stuff. And if you've got somebody that knows how to use it, it put me down pretty fast. I was not expecting it, and but there's a lot of training that goes into it. I think that for most, again, it's there's this concept of I go buy a tool, this tool, and I'm safe. Mm-hmm. That applies for this thing, right? For a knife, for a pepper spray, for a Kubaton, for a baton. That's another one. You do have personal-sized batons.
I actually saw a guy win a fight that way. Like
with a baton?
Yeah, like a personal thing.
I don't carry one, but I've thought about putting one in my car just in case kind of thing, a smaller baton. I wouldn't want to get freaking whacked with one. Again, it's a step up, and for some people more of a step than others. The biggest thing with any of the tools is you gotta understand them. You gotta train with them. You have to learn them. Whatever the tool is, there's nothing out there that you can buy that you can put in your pocket and now you're safe. Nothing, right? It all comes down to this thing. I mean, this one's a better one, but this thing, and knowing the tools. Listening to the voices in your head, or at least a voice in your head, and
don't listen to all of them at the
not
same
all
time.
at one time, yeah. And
We forgot.
not being a jackwagon either.
Don't be a jackwagon.
What's that?
I forgot a very, very important one. You kind of brought it up. Vinny's favorite tool?
His quick wit.
His math skills.
His math skills.
No, a flashlight.
Yeah. This is a great tool. This is a great tool. I mean, you just do that in somebody's face, and then they can, I'm sorry, did I do that on accident?
650 lumens. No, 400.
So this one's like 350 or something, but it's still pretty freaking bright. This can definitely be a distraction thing. Especially if it's dark outside and you hit somebody in the face with this. I'm not going to do it again. No, at least not right now.
Let me make sure this hand is free.
And then it can also be a striking tool and that sort of thing. So this is and it's just a flashlight, which is also just a useful tool, right? Which is truthfully why most people carry a pocket knife. I don't carry a pocket knife really because I plan on getting into knife fights each day because I got to open boxes and cases of water and stuff like that, right? This is a utilitarian thing. It can also be Gordon.
It's not Monday. The strobe. I'm blinded. I give
hate
up.
the strobe. I really do. It was a much. Okay, hold on. I don't even know where I was. I got so distracted. And Kelsey, I saw that. I almost. Sorry. Kelsey says she's now offering dog training. Gosh dang it. I don't know, I got something tickling my beard. All I thought about was you and having a challenge with my dog, because my dog is such an idiot. But I'm sure you can figure that out. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, she's...
Strobe feature. We're just going to go there, because Gordon threw me off there. I'm not a fan. I don't like the strobe feature.
Why not, Phil? It's
annoying to me. He just put a bunch of squirrels down there.
No.
It's just not that effective. If the premise is that you can turn it on to disorient somebody else and you keep it on, well, guess what they can see is you.
And
right?
It's going to affect you, too.
Yeah, it can. It would affect me. Some people it doesn't affect as much as others, but it would affect me as a user, too, especially if it's dark. The much better option, if it's dark, if it's identify and move away. Identify and move away.
And that also causes a state change. It
Yeah.
breaks them out of their OODA loop, like their decision to,
whatever.
approach you or hurt you or whatever. That sudden light in the eyes is like, oh crap. I'm not saying all the time. But the thing with the strobes also, it's kind of a movie thing. You see it in the movies with the smoke on the ground and all that stuff. But the strobe, the true effect of a strobe does not have an effect unless it's completely black. Like, it's got to be pitch black, no other residual light, because otherwise that light kind of takes away from the on-off thing. And I know this because I used to have I loved strobe lights when I was a teenager, so I had them in my room, and I would turn off my lights. I had a fog machine. I was the coolest person ever. And the strobe would not work unless I had all the lights off. I couldn't even have my little...
I don't know why, but I just pictured you in, like, ripped up jeans and some pink Chuck Taylors.
I never wore Chucks.
And I don't know why, and a flannel shirt. That's what
Flannel shirts.
That's what I just saw in my head.
I don't even think I've ever owned a flannel shirt. That's what I'll dress up for Halloween.
Okay.
Ripped up jeans, a flannel
All right, so
shirt.
you got to figure out Nick's post.
Come on, Liz. I know you can figure out my post. Oh,
Strobe is a great tool to turn a deadly force encounter
Those are
into a
cats.
spontaneous dance party.
those are cats.
Andy Miller, good morning, sir.
2 shoes and 2 cats and 2 boots and 2 cats. Cat.
Boots and cats. Boots and cats.
Boots and cats. Boots and cats. I remember that, but what's it from?
It's beatboxing. Boots and cats.
I've always wanted a beatbox.
There you go. You just did it. Oh, great.
It's even better now.
Basic beats any club.
Man.
So you're gonna have that in your head all day now?
Yes. Boots and cats. Boots and cats.
All right.
Freaking awesome. We gotta go.
Cats and boots or boots and cats? Which way is better? I don't know. But I gotta go because I got a meeting. So I gotta get ready for it. And you gotta get ready.
Did we
for
talk about all of them?
I don't know. Well,
I mean-
you can keep talking. I gotta go.
Hold
away.
on. One more thing.
Okay.
Improvised weapons. You have options. If you need a weapon. Part of situational awareness is considering your environment as a whole. If you might need to pick up that stool over there and you got the mom look. Part of situational awareness and understanding your environment is understanding if there's any improvised weapons that you could use. You never know. So, Boots and Cats and IDPA this Thursday.
IDPA is this Thursday. That should be a stage. You got it.
Boots and Cats and strobes.
Yeah, you gotta say boots and cats the whole time you're shooting. Boots. You're shooting a rhythm. Boots and cats. Boots and cats. All right, we gotta go. I gotta go. Are you?
I gotta
leaving
go too. I gotta
Okay,
go
you
do
actually already
calls.
have people standing outside. So, all right. If you guys need something, come see us. 14803 Manchester Road in beautiful downtown Baldwin. 10 to 8 Monday to Friday, Saturday 9 to 6, Sunday 10 to 6. We got all the stuff.
And it's raining, so come inside and shoot guns.
Shoot guns inside in here today, and come take a class. And
If you're a member,
all that
come have your gun
stuff.
cleaned.
Oh yeah, this month members get two free gun cleanings. Come take advantage
better
of
than
that.
one.
I don't like to clean guns, so that's a good thing. Have somebody else do that.
I'm turning my gun. I'm technically a member.
We have a Vinny for that. Vinny will do that.
He did.
All right, that's it. We got to go. You guys have a super awesome day. Stay safe, be nice to one another, and we'll catch you soon. Later.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.